Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hello there! I'm Djinn, this is War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the news this week. It's in between Christmas and New Year's. New Year's is coming up. We're getting Shadowlynx on ice. That's right. The formerly thought to be Winter Shadowlynx is no longer technically a winter unit. She is now called Shadowlynx on ice. She's a 100 cost dark unit. Her main job is called Purple Fairy. She's basically like an ice skater slash pole dancer, maybe something like that. She's called Shadowlynx on ice. You could see how an ice skater would still be thought of as a winter unit, but she's not actually a winter unit, and this is a good thing because now she's part of the Global Fest, I believe, so she'll come back every few months along with Elena and Ibarra and all those guys. And yeah, so there will be way more opportunities to get her, to build her, to acquire her mind spheres and stuff like that. So even though I know some people were like, oh, she's not going to be a winter mind sphere anymore, aw, shucks, there are some pros to that at least. And some of those pros are the fact that she'll be around more often than winter units. Another pro to it is the fact that she'll have her own mind spheres in the Mog Metal shop. So if you're the type of person that does have Mog Metals and likes to buy mind spheres for Mog Metals, but you've already like maxed out on the winter ones and you're like, whoa, I can't even afford any more winter mind spheres for Mog Metals because they're up to 10 per. Well, she's her own unit, so she'll have her own little batch, so it will be back down to 5. And that could come in handy too in the future when we get the reincarnation system, when you're going to want to maybe acquire more of her mind spheres. Now, the downside to that is obviously she's going to be just by herself in the mind sphere front, so to put her in the barracks, you'll only be able to acquire 1 unit's worth per day. But aside from that, it's not all that bad. So there's pros and cons. Anyways, so her main job is Purple Fairy. She's got Hunter and Nightblade. I think this is actually a very interesting combo. Hunter has range and some guaranteed hits, and of course his missile. Nightblade, it depends on which abilities we get to. Nightblade can have some cool stuff. And also Nightblade can equip Exorcist card, which I always love when a character can use Exorcist card, because that means that character automatically potentially is useful for things like guild raids and stuff like that, depending on what is already in their kit. Now, we already know Shadowlynx here already has multi-hits, so for PvE, she's going to be great. For chaining, she's going to be great. For PvP, the fact that she's got Hunter, without even seeing anything else, tells me she's probably already going to be pretty good there, because she'll have the range. If she has Sharpshoot, that's a guaranteed hit, and stuff like that. So, you know, there's a lot of potential here. I think this character is gonna, plus she's 100 cost, and you know 100 cost units are usually pretty powerful. So I think she'll have most of the good stuff from these. Nightblade could have Drainblade as well, which if she does have Drainblade, you won't even need Exorcist, because that's already a multi-hit slashing attack that you can make big chains with. So, and I do think Dark has a lot of great units and a lot of great slashing units, but they could use some more slashing chain help for things like guild raids, I think. But even if you don't get the slashing chain, she does still have multi-hit, and you could do those dark chains with the 3-hit here, the 2-hit LB, that also lowers agility, and lowering agility to these bosses is super important. So anyways, I feel like I've blabbed enough about that. Hopefully you guys like what you see with Shadowlynx here. And it's interesting that she's Dark Element too, because the original Shadowlynx is also Dark Element. And a lot of times when they re-release these units, they actually make them a different unit. Now I know with Stern, OG Stern and Ruin Knight Stern were also both Dark, and with Ramada, regular Ramada and Winter Ramada are both Water. But I feel like in most other cases, they always change up the element of the re-released person. That's not anything important. That's just a little thing that I like to note and take, notice of. Now, there's a card also coming out called With Swan-like Grace. Now, I might skip this card. I don't know. I'm really souring on these cards because I find myself never having super good opportunity to use them. They're usually good for, like, arena bonuses. But other than that, like, I don't know, like, there are some units that could do this. The fact that it's swords such as Red Mage is weird, because that means like all sword units won't work, just the Red Mage type ones. Spear and Ninja Blade. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look and see what team comps I can build with this card that would maybe make it worth pulling. Otherwise, if it's only for like one very specific comp, that might not make a card worth pulling. Let me know in the comments what you guys feel about this card. Do you think you could make this card worth the potential 10 plus K Visior to get? Or do you think it's a skip? I'm leaning towards skip personally, and like I said, she's a Winterfest, or not a Winterfest, but a Global Fest unit, so this card will come back frequently, most likely. And what else? Just the bingo board for her, the bingo board for the card as well. Purple Fairy is her job. It's a spear wielding class. I don't even know if I said that. I think I forgot. I got carried away in all the other stuff. She's a spear wielder. She uses a spear, so that's why I called her a figure skating pole dancer. Or an ice skating pole dancer or whatever, because she just skates around and kind of dances and attacks her enemies on ice skates. All the bingo boards for all the Global Fest units are going to be back, and they're all going to be buffed in Chocobo Expedition, and that also probably means there will be banners up for them, so if anyone missed Sylvie, or maybe you want Esther, or even Elena, or whoever, Ibarra, they're all going to be back during the event here, so now's a good chance to get them. Global Festival campaigns. Alright, so there's going to be the usual, you know, Blossom on day 7, unit shards throughout the week, a couple of tickets throughout the week, and that's pretty cool. Daily double up campaign for her Dark Chambers, Shadowlynx on ice unit shards for paid Visior if you're into that kind of thing. Alright, so we're getting a Visior back campaign. So if you are pulling for her, and you do have to go to Pity, which is usually potentially around 40k, right? You'll get at least 8k back from that, right? So that's not too bad. So that would make it down. Say you have to go to 40k Pity, but you get this back, it'd really be like 32k Pity, which is still would feel bad, I'm sure, but it's not the end of the world, right? At least you're getting some Visior back. And if you do the card as well, that's another 2k. And I'm assuming this is a worst case scenario. You full Pity the unit and you full Pity the card. Now, of course, you don't even have to use these towards pulls too. Like, say you get her in one pull and you don't even get the 10k range, you can still spend Visior on other things, such as unit shards or whatever, you know, whatever the kids are spending Visior on these days, and you'll still get this Viz back. You don't even have to put this towards pulls, but if you do pull, I'm just thinking like a worst case scenario here, if you do pull and you have to go all the way, you'll get a bunch of Visior back. I don't like this as much as like the Vizback banner campaigns where they let us just straight up pull and try to get Visior back that way. I love those and I miss those. I feel like we just get these now, but hopefully one day we see that again. And I have a nice chunk of Visior when we do. My Visior has been dwindling, especially after pulling for so much for Revis. Luckily, she had a nice pity thingy. Alright, new story. Okay, so there's a new story interlude section. Shadowlynx on Ice Starter Quest. This is the quest where you can play as Shadowlynx for free, even if you don't have the unit, and you get rewards for doing it. Very cheap to run those quests, very easy to run those quests, and rewards. Now, there's going to be MA2 for Camillo and Moraga, so 2 select units are getting their MA2s. Selection quest for Lightning is also being added. That's cool. Arena is getting buffed this week, or well, next after the arena reset for Pierce attack up and Dark HP unit up. So there's going to be a Dark arena. It's going to be built for Shadowlynx, of course, and classification for jobs. So this Red Mage sword job, these are the ones that are going to actually work with the Shadowlynx card. All these other sword jobs down here, they will not work, but these they'll work. Azure Pathfinder, that will work. What else is useful in here? A lot of these, I'm trying to think. What would be very useful? Dark Knight of Remorse. I think that's Dwayne. So another fellow Dark unit. Sylvie and Elena, I believe. Yeah, so there's a lot of options in here, but I'm just trying to think, like, would I use these units together? And would this card, even if you did use these units together, would this card replace another card that you would use in that kit? So for me, the card is the biggest question about this entire update, or this entire week. I can't tell if this card is good. You guys, let me know. I'm definitely leaning towards skipping, but again, usually when I say I'm going to skip a card, if I end up getting the unit easily, I just pull for the card anyways. But if I have to go to like full pity for the unit, then I'm not going to want to pull this card, even with the 2k Visior back that we potentially get. But who knows? Maybe there will... Oh, also, who knows? Maybe there will be a 2k paid banner, in which case I'll do that, because I feel like those are usually a steal. So if that's the case, I'll snag it then. But otherwise... I don't know, I'm not too hot on this card, but guys, tell me how stupid and wrong I am in the comments. Seriously, let me know, because I would like to know, because I need something to sell me this card, because I'm not feeling it. But the unit, I'm feeling for sure. I think the unit looks amazing. And other than that, there is a Justin and Hiroki video up. You guys should go check it out. It shows off Shadowlynx. She looks amazing. They talk about all kinds of stuff. They show off Hiroki gifts, which I'll show you guys as well. And also, there is a PvP tournament coming up, which I believe... I don't know if it's going to be part of the Justin and Friends streams, or if it's going to be its own thing, but there's actually 2 PvP tournaments coming up. One is for auto battle, and one is for manual battle. So if you're heavily into PvP and that kind of thing, definitely check that out. You can find the information for it out there. And yeah, also, there's Dragon Quest collab coming. Now, they announced in that Justin and Hiroki video, they didn't show off any of the units yet or anything, but they did announce that the Dragon Quest event is coming to War of the Visions on January the 4th. So that is actually the following week. So we're getting Shadowlynx this week on Wednesday, and Dragon Quest is going to be the following week. So keep that in mind. If you do want Shadowlynx, but you also want Dragon Quest, maybe you'll save up for Dragon Quest, knowing that Shadowlynx is part of the Global Fest and she'll come back fairly frequently. Maybe you want to save for Dragon Quest. I personally have never played a Dragon Quest game, so I have no like emotional attachment to it or anything. I am interested in getting the fire unit though, because, you know, I feel like fire needs help. My fire definitely needs some oomph. And even if that just means building the fire mastery up, I don't even know if the unit's good or not because I haven't looked into them. But anyways, that's that. Let me show you guys the Hiroki gifts. Sorry, I feel like I'm blabbing a lot. Anyways, here's the Hiroki gifts. We're getting a lot of good stuff here. 2,000 Visior, a billion gil. I don't know about you guys, but I need that billion gil. You might be like, Dejin, you have 3 billion gil right now. Well, guess what? I was down to like 500 million gil like a couple weeks ago. The only reason I have so much gil right now is because I went ham on gil chambers during the ×3 like a week ago. But honestly, my gil it's been hard to keep up gil lately between how expensive trust stones are, EX jobs, and all the abilities and everything that everyone takes. Gil goes quick, so I will not argue. I love that billion gil. Another highlight of these free gifts for me is those affinity resonance keys. 30 of those is absolutely amazing. This is the most we've ever got at once. 30 affinity resonance keys is outstanding. This is a great part of the gift. Of course, there's all kinds of other cool stuff in here. I like the amnesia dues ×30 because I feel like I do reset espers all the time. And I actually don't know how many amnesia dues I have, but I know ×30, that will last a long time. So that's a much appreciated gift. 6 blossoms is great. A rainbow broadstone is great. 15 rainbow fragments of thought and 30 rainbow vision spheres. That is not something to sour on. There's just so much good stuff in here. I can't even go over it all, but hopefully, you know, you guys like all the free stuff. This is going to be a great week to log in. Actually, I think they said the rewards here will extend too. So if, you know, you're busy for the holidays and you can't log in for whatever reason, you might be able to pick this up in the following week as well. I don't know that for sure though. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think about Shadowlynx. Let me know what you guys think about the new card. And what about Dragon Quest coming right up? Dragon Quest is right around the corner. It's literally a week away. So what do you guys think? Yeah, I'm definitely pulling for Shadowlynx. Probably going to skip the card because I need Dragon Quest Visior. I really hope I don't have to go to pity for Shadowlynx, but you know how these things go. Anyways, I will be playing and pulling on Wednesday morning, so if you guys are into that kind of thing, check out my stream then on twitch.tv/DJTP. I'll be live. And you can find links to that and my Discord and everything in the comments as well if you're... I mean, not in the comments, in the description of this video. I'm dumb. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have amazing luck in your pulls. I hope everyone has had an amazing holiday and has an even happier new year. And, yeah, Thank you guys, and have a good one. I will see you when I see you. Goodbye and farewell. Doodles! Blah, 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 blah.